megaphone. Isn't that neat? I've actually had it for like 10 years, and I bought it whenever I was in the military, and then I put it downstairs in my little fun movie room, and it's been sitting there in front of my face forever. I forgot. And then I was down there the other day watching Candyman 1 and 2, and I says, oh, shit! I could probably have fun with this thing. Maybe if I spoke louder, it would get people's attention. But no, it doesn't. That's not really what I thought it'd be fun for. I'm not going to use it for that. I'm going to use it for something else. I'm going to show you later on in the video.
You ever heard that there's a old arcade game called Pole Position? It's a racing game, and this is what it reminds me of. Because right before you race, you hear this voice comes over. You know, it's old. I mean, this is like 80s or whatever like that. So terrible audio, but this is what it sounds like before you race. It goes,
prepare to qualify.
That's what it sounds like. You're like, what the hell did that guy just say? It took like 50,000 times of me playing that stupid game.
Prepare to qualify.
Anyway, so meteorites strike western Cuba. Man, I tell you what, this is one of the things I'm real excited about seeing for myself. I'm hoping that one of these things will hit somewhere around in my area so I can go see it for myself, because them rock pictures are bullshit. I don't believe that. I don't believe it. I do not. I don't believe in the space rocks. I just don't, because I haven't seen one for myself. I have seen a fireball. That is the true story, and what's even better is that there is proof that I saw it, because it was seen by everybody the same night that I saw it, and it made the news. And I even told my wife about it when I came home from work, because I saw it on my way to work. And I came home and told my wife about it. She said, yeah, I saw it on the news. So that was confirmed that it really did happen. Looked real, blue beam, whatever the case, whatever it is, who cares? But the stuff looks real. But as far as this looking like this, fragments of rock, I don't believe it. I didn't get to go capture and catch anything that fell out of the sky whenever it went pop. And as far as the planets go, I don't know. You know what I mean? I believe in them as far as that they're points of light and that the energy and all that, what have you, is associated with them. But I do not believe the pictures that NASA show us. The only problem is that now, while I haven't done it myself, we do have a telescope that I've done with the moon. We have looked at the moon through a telescope for sure. But you have, the planets, specifically even Saturn, that supposedly you can see with your own. You don't have to be a NASA astronaut. Like, you can go and just get a more expensive telescope, but supposedly, and I've seen it on YouTube, where amateur, average Joe nobodies are looking at Saturn through their telescope in their backyard. So that's interesting, but that doesn't mean that they're that far away. They could be very high up in the firmament, just where we can't see them with our naked eye, whatever the case may be. But, however, clearly there's obviously, whether it's a holographic projection or not, the moon could be as well. And none of that shit really matters to me, because the outcome's all going to be the same, man. The shit's going to change. But they say, and it's the truth, the universe, planets, all that stuff, it's a map. And there's nothing that you can find in the universe that you can't find on or inside the human body. We are literally the representation of the universe. And so when people start calling all the stars and planets and anything fake altogether, it's like saying you don't exist. People just don't understand this stuff. They don't. They really, really don't. And not that I have any kind of great knowledge or understanding of it myself, but just because I can't see a picture of Earth way high above it is not going to prove to me that everything outside of what I can see is just fake. It's non-existent. Whenever the days of the week, my fingers, the time, the clocks are all, the months, the calendar are all based off these, whatever they are, the planets, the stars. So there's all of that. But the one thing that I do feel 100,000% certain about is these meteor. I just don't think these things are that. But I don't know. And I appreciate it. I do, because I'm sure people will be out there saying, one of these things hit my backyard and I went and saw it and that's what it looks like. That's great. And I'm not saying you didn't have that experience. What I'm saying is that I haven't had that experience. So I don't know what they are. I know the big ones that the big one that's coming. It's just a weapon. These things, the same thing that was over Russia. Like 6 years ago? Was it 6 years ago? 2013, I think it was. The one in Chelyabinsk, or however the hell you say it. And then Tunguska, which I showed you from the Tick. These things are weapons, man. And even in that Super Nintendo game, Illusion of Gaia, they say that these things are, and it's a video game. So what, man? You got the X Files predicting the future for crying out loud, so that don't do shit for me. I don't say shit. Saying these comments are consciousness without form, and then they're remnants of an old weapon. So whatever it was at Cuba, I don't know. But until I don't see it for myself and go and one hits my house, and that's fine, it can hit my house. Careful what you wish for, right? I wanted the truth. I'll be all right. We'll be fine. If it hits my house, it hits my house. Whatever. I'll feel better knowing that I know. But not until I do this, pick it up for myself, am I going to believe that shit. I don't know. There's something funky about all that. A lot of these fireballs, man, in my opinion, because you have methane leaking out at record numbers. Yeah, I don't have this. All I can do is go off, and we're not just going off NASA. We're going off gauges of all over the world. Which is a little bit harder to debunk than just one figure from NASA. If I had one statistic from just NASA.com, I'd understand that. But when I'm going off instruments and gauges from, 100 different countries, it's kind of hard to just, it's fake. That's really easy, man. I'm not that kind of guy where I'm just like, I don't agree with that and that's all bullshit. Because it's not all bullshit. So you got all this methane leaking out at record numbers and increasing. So all that methane could be going up there, freezing and falling back down and going pop. That's a big, because one of the other things too, you can't argue, is that our fireballs, the fireballs are being reported at another record-breaking year last year. Man, it's like over 5,000. I've showed you that myself from the AMS Meteors thing. And those are being reported everywhere, not just there as well, but it's like all this stuff is coming at a faster rate. In my life, up until the Russia thing, there was no big meteor that fell and shattered and broke windows and scared the shit out of people. Now it's happened twice in 6 years. Less than 6 years. And in fact, right on 6 years, because, hold on a sec, let's look that up. Because wasn't that one in February? Man, I can't remember how to say that freaking thing. It's crazy. I want to say 2013, though, so I should be able to find it. February 15th, 2013. So that's weird. And this was February 1st, yes? Yeah, because it was yesterday. So that's 6 years apart. To the month, almost to the day, man. Just a week and some change apart. And here's another thing, too. Here's the card. To me, and again, maybe not. But to me, this card looks like the North America. Here's the Gulf of Mexico. Here's South America. Here's Cuba and all that region. Here's damn near where the thing hit anyway. And this is the capstone, man, because like I've been trying to tell y'all, we are separated. We are cut off. This is the capstone coming in to finish the job. So that's weird in itself. And then you have, this even looks like part of the Great Lakes right here, diving in. This, without a doubt, to me. But that's just to me. And then you have that one old, I had it on my channel years and years and years ago, and I can't remember. And it's out there. If I dug hard enough, I can find it. And probably some of y'all out there, I know what I'm talking about. There was some guy that was interviewed on the local news, and it was old, like 70s or 80s. And he was supposedly like this alien abductee or whatever, right? But said that an alien abducted him, and they showed it in the future. And 3 things that he said were going to happen was there was going to be a one world government, that everyone was going to be living on an island in the middle of a dark, dirty sea. And then the third thing is that like a meteor was going to hit, and it would hit somewhere down in the Caribbean, which is, this here, and you got this here. Then you had all those tsunami clouds that happened, was it like the last several years, like 2011, that were seen all along this region, man, which is about the spookiest damn thing in the world. Right along these, from Georgia, Alabama to Florida, they had those tsunami clouds. Those ones in Florida were pretty spooky. That shit clearly rolling over them buildings, and then you have the back of the $10 bill on top of it all. Yeah, that's just my take on this. And I don't know if I'll get an answer, if I'll get an opportunity to find out something like this. But I'd like to, because I just don't believe that shit. I'm not gonna believe it till I experience it myself, and it doesn't matter to me. Like I said, none of this shit matters. So what? Who cares? My thing is I'm just not gonna call it something until I feel like I know for sure. Okay, now
I think that's all I wanted to say about this. So what I would like to do is have a energy stealing meditation session right now for the people who are so enlightened, but they constantly are trying to tell me something and trying to sell me something.
Because if they were really that enlightened, they would say, he'll get it on his own. Everybody learns at their own pace. I'll leave him to it. But the fact you're on every video trying to tell me this or that and the other goes to show that you are the egomaniac, and the stuff that comes out of your mouth and how you talk to people, vile. You know, you're not enlightened one way or another. All these Masons and these people that you idolize, these pedophiles that you love and you worship, the way they act, they don't act enlightened. Okay, actions speak louder than words. You are not enlightened. You are a sicko, and that goes because you're here and you don't understand. Like, look how easily mind controlled you are. You come running every time I make a video. I can make a video for 7,000 hours straight, and you would just sit there and listen and listen and listen and listen and listen. And if we're on this timeline that it seems we're on, this thing's going to hit within sometime between now and no later than the middle of 2020, right? So meaning there's only a few precious moments left, and you're spending them here with me, a guy you supposedly hate, and trying to teach something apparently too that obviously I'm not picking up because I'm too stupid, but you won't give it up. So you can't. It's like I box you up. You're so easy. You guys don't feel like you're just so simple. Like if it was worth my time to talk to you, I would. But you're so easy to just debunk. I could just. It's no challenge.
So what I want to do, what I decided to do, because I don't want to hear any, oh, I didn't know, and blah, blah, blah. I got this megaphone, because I'm going to
give a siren. And in 5 seconds, you dipshits that are listening to me, I'm going to steal your energy, and I'm going to use it for great things like I've already been doing my whole life.
So the energy sucking meditation session will begin in 5, 4, 3, 2. Thank you for participating.
Man, felt good. Thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it. I'll see you on the next video. I'll ring my little bell and you'll come running. Thank you very much. And, yeah, beware of the sunrise.